All right, let's talk about something huge for anyone using AI right now. How do you tap into all that incredible power without putting your most sensitive customer data at risk? Well, we're going to architect our defense. Together, we're going to build a digital fortress, layer by layer, to keep that data locked down and secure. Think about it for a second. Every single prompt, every document you feed into an AI, where does that all go? Is it possible that your amazing, game-changing tool could actually become your biggest data leak? Let's make sure that doesn't happen.
Okay, let's make this super real. Picture this. An employee, just trying to be efficient, copies and pastes a customer email into a public AI tool for a quick summary. But that email has a name, maybe an account number, all sorts of personal details. And in that one moment, poof, that private data is out of your hands.
And that right there is the hidden danger with AI. It can kind of feel like a Trojan horse, you know? It brings all these amazing new abilities into your company, but it might be secretly carrying a massive risk of data exposure. The upside is huge efficiency, but the hidden price could be your most valuable information. So what do we do about it? How do we fight back? Well, there's no single silver bullet here. We need a strategy with multiple layers of defense. That's why we're going to build this digital fortress with 3 separate, powerful layers to protect your data at every single step. All right, let's get to our first and honestly most important layer of defense, sanitizing the data. The idea here is actually really simple, but it is so powerful. The absolute safest way to protect sensitive data is to make sure the AI never, ever sees it in the first place, period. And to do that, we've got 3 main tools in our toolbox: anonymization, something called tokenization, and a really fascinating one, synthetic data. So first up is anonymization. You can think of it like an automatic black marker. There are tools out there that can scan your data, spot anything that looks like personal info, and just completely strip it out before it ever gets sent to the AI model. And this is what that actually looks like. Check out the left side. That's the raw, risky data. Now look at the right. The AI still gets the gist, it still understands the context of the email, but all that personal stuff, what we call PII, it's just gone, replaced with these safe placeholders. It's a simple change, but it's a game changer for security. Next, we have tokenization. Now this one's a little more clever. Instead of just blacking out the data, you replace it with a unique, meaningless substitute, a token. So for instance, a patient's name like Sarah Jenkins might become user_882. The AI can now track user_882's entire history across different documents. It sees all the connections, but it has no clue who that person really is. And our third technique is synthetic data, which is just so cool. This is where you don't even use your real customer data for training. Instead, you create a massive artificial data set that looks and feels real. So a fintech company could generate 1 million fake but totally realistic transactions to train its fraud detection model. The AI learns what fraud looks like without ever touching a single real customer's account. Pretty smart, right? Okay, so we've cleaned up our data. That's layer 1. Now, for layer 2, we're posting guards on the wall. These are our digital gatekeepers, and they're watching everything that comes in and goes out in real time. These gatekeepers have 3 main jobs. First, you've got input filtering. Think of it like a bouncer at a club, checking every prompt before it gets to the AI. Second, there's output monitoring, which checks the AI's answers on the way out to make sure it's not accidentally spilling any secrets. And all of this is wrapped up in an AI firewall, a special security layer that's built specifically to police AI conversations. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. It shows you exactly how this works. Somebody tries to paste a big list of social security numbers, and the firewall just jumps in right away. It either blocks the whole thing or cleans it up on the fly. It's your automated 24/7 security guard. So let's move on to our final layer, layer 3, which is really the foundation of the whole fortress: infrastructure and governance. This is all about building strong walls with secure technology and then setting up the laws of the land with really clear policies. On the infrastructure side, the walls, you've basically got 2 main paths. You can go with enterprise tools, where you get a contract saying your data won't be used for training, or for maximum security, you can go with private deployments, where the AI models actually run inside your own private cloud and your data literally never leaves. It really boils down to a classic trade-off: convenience versus absolute control. But look, the best technology in the world is useless without solid rules, without good governance. And that all comes down to people and process. It means only giving the AI the bare minimum data it needs. It means training your team so they understand the risks. And most importantly, it means building privacy checks into your projects from day one, not tacking them on at the end.
So when you bring all three of these layers together, you've got the clean data, you've got the real-time gatekeepers, and the solid foundation of infrastructure and governance, that's when you start to build a system that's truly robust. That's when you can finally achieve what we call privacy-first AI.
And this, right here, is what it's all about. The promise of AI efficiency is amazing, it's tempting, but it can never, ever come at the cost of your customers' trust, because that trust is your most valuable asset, and once it's broken, it is so, so hard to win back. The beautiful thing is, by building this digital fortress, you're proving that you don't have to choose between innovation and security. You're building a culture where you can be AI first, all in on the technology, and privacy first, deeply respecting your users, all at the same time. Now, of course, protecting PII is absolutely critical, but it's just one piece of a much, much bigger AI product management puzzle. As you can see, to really master this stuff, you have to understand everything from the basic concepts all the way to your go-to-market strategy. So if you want to keep diving deeper and building your skills, the AI Product Management Playbook is a fantastic resource for staying ahead of the curve. At the end of the day, building your digital fortress isn't just a tech project. It's a promise you make to your users. The only real question left is, how are you going to build yours?